Hey everybody, I'm Steve Smith, founder of Thoughtful Technologies and creator of Bluetivity. I just wanted to spend a few minutes talking about Bluetivity, uh, why I created Bluetivity, and how it can help you in your business. So, as I've mentioned before in some of my videos, I used to work in a large IT office environment for approximately 25 years. I spent time in various capacities throughout my career working in the IT field, and I was always very frustrated as it related to our operations area, all the different tools that we needed to use in order to do our job, and how none of the tools talked to each other, how complicated the tools were, the fact that we always had to build integrations in between tools if we wanted things to talk to each other, and that usually didn't turn out so well. So, approximately 10 years ago, I left that environment to try to solve that problem. So, I left, and as a result, I built Bluetivity, and it's based on all of my observations throughout my 25-year working career in an IT operations area mostly. And really, what I wanted to do was create a product that's a category buster. So today, there's many categories of software that help support businesses. And those are, for example, CRMs that help with sales and customer data. There's ERPs, which is typically financial data. There are project management tools. There's collaboration tools. There's productivity tools. And generally speaking, everyone is jumping from one tool to another, to another, to another, to another throughout the day, and it's just exhausting. So I decided, why can't you put all that stuff in one place? And so I set out to do that. And so what I'd like to do is just to give a very brief overview of Bluetivity and all the different functions that it has to offer for your back office. So the request queue, that's how all the requests within the system get approved. They all get routed to the request queue. There's a chat function, obviously pretty self-explanatory. There's an administrator function that allows the administrator to do the things within Bluetivity that require administrator authority. You can track assets through Bluetivity. There's an associate directory here that contains the contact information for all the associates that are defined to Bluetivity. There's an audit function here for audit controls and audit evidence. There's a change management mechanism within Bluetivity where you can track changes to assets or to projects or to vendors, a formal change process, if you will, across many different components of Bluetivity. There's company policies that you can define and update through Bluetivity. Contracts of any type. You just specify the type and you can track it. Expense reports. Finance has a number of different functions. Banking, so banking accounts, banking statements, budgets, calendars, calendar events, cost centers, GL codes, investments, investment accounts, investment statements, payables, products, services, taxes, vendors. So a large range of functionality within the finance buttons. Um, goals for your associates. There's a manager function here where they can see particulars associated with the associates that they're responsible for. Memos, you can send memos through Bluetivity. My About Me, basically an opportunity to put in emergency contact information and the like, and other things about your personal career aspirations. My contacts, you can put your contact information in here for folks that are your contacts. Daily planner events, daily work log. You can track your work habits. So you can see where you're losing time during the day or where you're spending most of your time during the day. My department, so there's you can track meeting minutes and presentations within your own department, and you can isolate those. All of the different buttons have the ability to separate out from a security perspective, so you get to choose who has view capability or edit capability to any of the records that are created within Bluetivity. My notes, there's a notes section, change your password. My performance, you can track your performance through the tool. My profile, your contact information, and your system settings are under this button. My reminders, so there's a special separate my reminder calendar so that you're not clogging up your daily planner with that information. Your requests that you've submitted through the system, your status reports that you can send directly to your management, to-do lists. You create multiple to-do lists, and again, they can be secured or shared with other folks or kept private. On-call calendars, on-call calendar events, one-on-ones, problem management. So typically problem management is isolated in more of an IT help desk type of situation, where problem management within Bluetivity, you can basically extend that capability to customers or vendors or other facets, if you will, that require problem tracking. You can assign problems to projects, kind of an expanded take on problem management. Procedures, SOPs, project management, program management. There's a number of different buttons under project management where you can define calendars, benefits, meeting minutes, plans, presentations, the projects themselves, obviously, status reports associated with the project, define different statuses for the project or types. And the same goes for programs as well. Recruiting aspects, you can define job profiles, job applicants, keep track of people that are applying to your company. You can report problems directly from the button. You can define reports that are specific to your company and keep track of those here as well. You can request enhancements. There's an entire request management module within Bluetivity where you can send requests back and forth between different departments and track them here. There's a sales capability as well where you're doing a lot of different of the functions that are traditional with sales today. Sales calendar, sales of calendar events, commissions, customers, forecasts, invoices, leads, product offerings, quotes, service offerings. So really the gamut as it relates to sales. And then we also have basically a virtual suggestion box where you can keep track of suggestions that come in for your company. Surveys, you can create internal surveys for pretty much anything you want. This is where you would change your system preferences. There's time entry here as well. So you can track time entry for your associates, vacation calendars, video chat. That's limited to 2 people right now, but we can expand that based on the feedback that we get from the customer base if that's a growing requirement. Work calendars and work calendar events. So you can see within the tool itself, there's really just a vast number of functions that are defined in Bluetivity. They're all integrated. They all have customizable workflows as well. And we would love the opportunity to work with you and your business. You can contact us via www.thoughtfultechnologies.com, or you can send us a DM through the socials. And we would love the opportunity to give you a more in-depth demo of everything that Bluetivity can do for you and your business. Thank you so much for your time. Have a good day.